Hey guys, this is Bear Gaming and welcome back to our channel. Happy Friday everyone! Friday is finally here and you know how much I love Fridays. Because Friday is considered the last day of the week, of the work week that is. And we have our weekends, which is Saturday and Sunday, to have our full rest or play games. Well, I know that not everyone has their weekends well or days off for Saturday or Sunday because some have their days off during weekdays, but still, I'm pretty sure you get that feeling. So anyway, for today's Hero Spotlight, we are going to discuss about Magi. Or is it Magi, like magic? But anyway, I'm going to call her Maggie because that's how I pronounce her name ever since then. So over here in the journals button, we are going to look for Maggie, and as you can see, and I think you've already observed that we are going one by one all the way down, but I happen to skip Flynn because he's a collaborated hero, and we are probably going to talk about this particular group next week. There are only three, just like before. The one from Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon? So over here, Flynn, Yuri, and I think it's Estelle. They are from Tales of Vesperia. And they are in one group, so we are going to talk about them probably next week. Or maybe really next week. But for today,
easy.
This is the one we are going to talk about, which is Maggie. And first, let's check out her skill set. You can see here, the passive is Optical Spectacle. It says here, always attack with an advantage. So this means that since she is a fire element hero, so therefore when you say advantage, that means she has advantage over to the element that's opposing or against fire, which is nature. So it means that her damage will be bigger when it comes to attacking nature type or nature element heroes. So not only she has this passive attacks with an advantage, because I remember Bernadette and Zion also has this. So for Bernadette, she is more stronger when attacking fire element heroes or enemies. And for Zion, just like Maggie, since they are both fire elements, they are strong or really extra strong against nature element heroes. So that's her passive. And you can clearly see the icon of the skill. It's like this stained glass. This is very unique and nice because I'm somewhat really observant when it comes to icons designs because I really love those in every game. And you can see here the first skill, Cube Acceleration, deals 51% damage to all enemies and 40% chance to afflict target with burn to deal 31% damage every turn for 2 turns. So she has a debuff, burning status effect. And the second skill, Photon Pentahydron, deals 89% damage to all enemies and 50% chance to decrease attack speed of target by 15 for 8 turns. So another debuffing skill. So I'm pretty sure you know what's in my mind when it comes to her gears. Pretty sure I'm going to put a lot of effect hit on her. So over here in the introduction, we can see her further. She looks like a little witch. This big hat, the cape, this wand, and you can see the shoes. She's really like a witch. She has pointy ears. Probably she's from the elf race, I guess. So this is Maggie. You can see this is the default mode and this is the battle mode. She's like she's moving really fast. For the appearance effect,
I will never lose.
you can see the Chief of Estoris Republic Hexcraft Research Center, Maggie. So that's a very long title for her. For the okay.
Lose.
I happened to press it again. I was supposed to press the illustration, which is this one. Okay, you can see she's wearing this little I don't know what's it called. I think from the other game, I happened to encounter this type of character where they're wearing this certain type of shorts, and I think this is called pumpkin shorts. For the skill preview, this is the normal attack. And you can see cube-like objects flying towards the enemy. For the first skill, so that's a cube. Blue and yellow cubes combined. And then she tosses them towards the enemy. And it explodes. This is the second skill. You can hear from her lines, it says magic engineering. So it's like magic with a touch of technology. That's why the skills, there are cube shapes and stuff. So it's like mixing magic with modern objects. And I remember way back then when I started playing the game, Magi is also one of the chosen heroes or must-have heroes when you are starting. So it's either you're going to choose, when it comes to AoE or area of effect damage dealers, you can go for Bernadette and Magi. And when it comes to single target DPSs or single target damage dealers, you can go for Baraka. Because I think upon finishing Prologue, you have this chance wherein you can get unlimited pulls and choosing the type of hero you want to start with. And you cannot get Fate Cores there from that unlimited pool, but instead you can get Fated Heroes. And you can just only get one because I observed that when I started with my second account, I keep on pulling. And it seems that there is only one Fated Hero that's going to come up from that unlimited pool. And I always choose Bernadette because she's really strong. But if you're not into ice element heroes, you can go for this one, Magi. And if you like single target DPS, you can go for Baraka as well. So anyway, we're here in the hero story. It says here, Wizard Magi, sex is female, nation Estoris Republic, hero tier fated or fated grade hero, element is fire. She's only 15 years old. That's surprising. Race is dwarf. Okay, so she's not an elf but a dwarf. Position attack or attack type hero. Birthday is on June 18. The youngest chief of the Hexcraft Research Center established in the Hexcraft zone of Estoris Republic. While Estoris Republic enjoys a highly developed machine civilization, they don't treat magic contemptuously. It is right that convenient magic is underdeveloped in Estoris Republic compared to other nations. However, that is because magic science can perform most of what magic can do. Furthermore, the Estoris Republic arduously conducted studies on magic to introduce magic to areas in which machine science could not replace it. The Hexcraft zone is one of the results of this policy. Magi was born from researcher parents and had studied focusing on the technology regarding the convergence of magic and machine technology. Despite her parents passing away due to a tragic accident, that's really sad, that occurred in the middle of their research when Magi was 10. Magi became the youngest head of the Hexcraft Research Center thanks to her talents and continuous effort. Because she has preoccupied with research, she reclused from others since she was young. As a result, Magi became unsociable and slight with adults who are lower in position than her, or those who lack in capacity. Even though Magi secretly wants her studies to be used to help people's everyday lives, the authority is contemplating weaponizing her studies. There were even conflicts caused by disagreements. The Hexcraft zone was raided by the massive rebellion of Baibara, and Magi managed to escape thanks to the help of Belinda, whom Magi snubbed for her lack of understanding. After losing all her research data and being saved by someone who she snubbed, she got a chance to look back on her attitude. As a result, She became a bit more respectful of others than before. Taking care of Belinda's injury, Maggie is biding her time to retrieve her research data and pay Barbara back for what they have done. So that's what happened to Maggie. She's the youngest. What's that? Youngest chief of the Hexcraft Society of some sort. And who's this Belinda? And I think I remember, if you're going to do Ivan's Red Threads of Fate, you can see Maggie over there as well. She's present in the story. So that's Maggie's story. It's kind of sad that her parents passed away due to a accident. And she was just 10. Imagine that. And at 10 years old, she was able to be the leader of the Hexcraft Research Center. That's really cool. But at the same time, it's sad. So let's go and check out her Fate Core. And I think she only has one currently. And it's this one. Under the First Guardian or the Dragon Emperor Knights Fate Core theme. You can see Maggie has a black Fate Core. Jude Turner Maggie. So if you're familiar with the story, Jude Turner, so this is also considered one of the mythic heroes. Because if you happen to notice the name of each of the characters of the Dragon Emperor Knights, they are associated with a mythic. So for Maggie, it's Jude Turner. Guys, I'm pretty sorry if you are listening to those loud noises that's happening. I don't know why today is extra noisy over here. Maybe because it's Friday and everyone is really, I don't know, busy. So anyway, Jude Turner Maggie. Maggie from the parallel world where the Jude Turner lineage has awakened. So again, that's the term. Keyword, lineage. The magic of her ideal fusion of theory and practice is said to have reached a level impossible to imitate. So that's her story. So I just want to talk about a little about this lineage. So you can see the title here is Jude Turner, and if you go and check out the other characters under the Dragon Emperor Knights, you can see for Rera, who holds the gold Fate Core, you can see there Marine Hawk Rera. So Marine Hawk is also one of the mythic. And for Zion, that's Rude. So we already have Rude here. Sorry. We already have Rude here under the mythic heroes that's been released. And the other one is Misty, right? So that's from Ramsey, Misty Ramsey. So we still have a lot of mythic heroes to be released. That's why we're waiting. So one of them is Jude Turner. That's Maggie's. The other one is Marine Hawk from Prera. And then we have Black Moon for Baraka. And there's Ignite for Anastasia. And then there's Rothbrock for Baelish. So I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more mythic heroes to be released. And aside from their group, you can see that Beatru and Cadmos is not associated with the Dragon Emperor Knights, but still they're there. They have been released because at first for Estoris, I thought it's going to be Jude Turner, but it seems that Beatru was released under the Estoris Republic. She represents the mythic character. So it means we really have something to look for in the future when it comes to the game. So you can see the passive over here. There's this Dragon Scale. This is the special passive of the Dragon Emperor Knights or the First Guardian Fate Core theme. Grants a barrier equal to 20% of own max health for 6 turns upon receiving damage 1 time per round. Stacks up to 3 times. And you can see, based on what we've checked, if you put Maggie under Rera, she will be able to benefit the Eye of the Dragon, which increases hit of allies equipped with Dragon Emperor Knights team by 10%. And you can see the heroes that will be able to benefit from it. And also, if you team up Maggie with Zion, she'll be able to benefit this one. Dragon Howling increases counter rate of allies equipped with Dragon Emperor Knights Fate Core team. Hi, Reverse Gaming. Oh, hey, welcome to our channel. Thanks for subscribing. and I'm going to read that later on. So we are going to check her out further. You can see here. So this is a totally different image of Magi. You can see instead of her black hair, it's now red, and you can see the deer antlers as hair accessories with some stars. Like I said before, I'm always quite amazed when it comes to the costumes of the Dragon Emperor Knights or the First Guardian Fate Core team, because they are all white and gold and they really look elegant and extra classy. You can see she has this monocle, and then her cape is really nice. And then her shoes. I always imagine Magi as this magical girl character when we watch anime, and I always imagined before that maybe she can have this skill animation where she can do transformations just like the magical girls or like Sakura Card Captor if you have watched that anime. So this is the default mode and this is the battle mode, and you can see she's not too fast when it comes to her movements. She's just standing compared to her faded version. And then for the exclusive equipment, I really want to get this for real. You can see there's this deer design and the antlers, and you can see the colors there, purple and blue. It really looks nice together. Purple with blue and some pink. This is really nice. I really want to get this before. You know, before when exclusive equipment was really easy to get, you can just do Holy Dragons a lot, just keep all those dragon relics and you can craft them in the door to creation, and it will give you a chance to get an exclusive equipment. And after season 5, it became really tedious and costly because now you get to purchase them using CES. And if you go and check here, it cost about 20,000 CES. Says here, Crystal Deer, Magi's exclusive equipment, a staff infused with the essence of Jude Turner, described as being the core of numerous magic research project. If you're going to equip this on Magi, excuse me. If you're going to equip this on Magi, her attack will be increased by 30 and combat power by 10,000. So that's her exclusive equipment, and now we are going to check out her skill animation. That's our favorite. But first, we're going to equip her exclusive equipment just to see if there are changes, which I don't think there are, but we'll see. Oh, I think there is. So that's the normal attack. Instead of her attacking twice from her fated version, she just attacks once, but you can see there are light or gold effects, and there is also some lightning. The first skill.
Bad kid. It's a present.
So instead of yellow and blue cubes, it's yellow and red this time. And of course, her line has changed. Lines. And I think the second skill, okay. There are really changes. You can see a lot of purple colors and gold, while the previous one is just blue. That's really nice. So those are the skill effects or skill animations of Magi. Now we are going to just take a little peek here in the event's Fate Core just to see if she has an orange Fate Core, which I think she doesn't have yet. I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Okay, she really doesn't have an orange Fate Core yet. So currently, she only has the black Fate Core, and now we are going to check here in the Manage Heroes button.
I am the King's Guard. You won't defeat me so easily.
So among all of the Dragon Emperor Knights,
No more naughty
it took me quite some time before I was able to get a copy of Magi's First Guardian Fate Core, because before, the ones I don't have are Magi and Baraka, and now presently I still don't have Baraka's the First Guardian Fate Core. You can see here
Can't you do better?
I only have the one from the Awakening Fate Core team and the one from the Gold or Deserts? What's that? Deserts of Time, I think. That's the name of the Fate Core. So for the first Guardians, I still don't have and still waiting because that's the Blue Fate Core. And you know, Blue Fate Core are buffs. So for Baraka's particular Blue Fate Core in particular, I mean, you'll be able to buff the heroes under Wasted Red Nation. So anyway,
No more
going
naughty
back to
kids.
Magi, you can see here I already have the Fate Core fusion twice. And then I don't have the exclusive equipment yet. Too bad. And for the artifact, currently I'm not using her, but I'm really planning to in the future since I'm also building currently the Wasted Red heroes or Wasted Red signature force. So the heroes I really want to build under this particular nation is Garf, of course, that's the general, and then there's Honok, the second general of Wasted Red, and I really want to build, or since now currently I don't have Honok yet, but that's one of the heroes I want to get for my Wasted Red team because what I'm trying to say is Honok is the first character in Wasted Red that has the healing ability when it comes to support type heroes. He's the one who only heals, and at the same time he also revives, so that's a big factor or asset for your Wasted Red team. So I'm trying to be careful because, you know, from the previous video, I always said Saint West rather than Wasted Red, but what I really meant is Wasted Red, but I used to say Saint West. So I'm trying to say it carefully and think first before saying something because I might get the wrong words out from my mouth. So anyway, so Magi is also one of the characters that I want to build in the future, and also Rodley, and I don't know, it's Garf, Magi, Rodley, Honok, and one more. So I'm still thinking. So since she's an attack type hero, most likely I'm going to refer this one Relentless Determination series because counter attacking is such a thing in every game, not only in Exos heroes but also in other games. It's such a big factor because especially for damage dealers, so those little counter effects that they're doing can be a big help when it comes to defeating enemies, because what if you are currently attacking a certain enemy and your damage wasn't that too big enough and you still leave a little HP of them, so when double team triggers, someone does counter attack and can hit that specific character with a very very low HP remaining and they can be defeated. Anyway, that's just my thought, but it can also be applied into reality actually. So other than that, you can still see this Cold-Blooded Vanguard KNF, chance to increase own damage by 20% upon defeating an enemy. This is good, really, especially if your damage is massive, you can defeat an enemy. Therefore, your damage will be increased by 20. And aside from that, there's this Veteran Blade Mars, chance to reset upon defeating an enemy. So again, for those damage dealers who really does massive damage, this is good because they will be able to reset their turn. There's also this one, increases own critical hit by 20 and chance to increase own critical damage by 30. This is really good. For this one, decreases attack of target with highest defense by 30% for 5 turns when hitting an enemy. Well, that's not really an offensive effect, but it's okay, it will do. But we are looking something that's really offensive, that it can attack or it can add damage or probably do CC, probably status effect. Those are the things that we are looking for. There's this Dark Silhouette Reveal, increases on attack by 20 and chance to grant a barrier equal to 10% of own health. That's also good. And then Crescent Moon Savage Assemble, heals for 10% of all damage received by enemies during own turn and increases own critical damage by 20% at the start of own turn, remove at the end of own turn. That's also good. And there's Sitting Storm Rudy, increases on attack by 30 by 10 turns. Well, this is at level 0 only, so I'm pretty sure if you're going to level your artifact to 30, this 30% will really increase. And heals for 10% of own health when own health falls by or to 30% or below, one time per battle. So those are the possible artifacts that we can equip on Magi. So since I'm not using her yet, I just equip random gears on her, and I place her dash set because I want her to be speedy. But when it comes to set, since she is a damage dealer, again, you can either choose from critical set, destruction set, dash set, sniper set, breaker set. Those are the damage dealing set. Retaliation is also kind of good if you want her to counter attack, but it's really up to you. But the main ones are really destruction set because it's really good. You know, damage dealing is really best if you are going to increase her critical damage. Critical hit rate if you lack critical hit rate, but if you have somewhere around 90 without the critical set, so you can use other, probably sniper, because she has debuff. Again, if you're going to check her skills, she has this debuffing skills in both. For the passive, she has this dragon scale worth of 20% of own HP. So I guess when it comes to your substats, you can add some HP on her if you like. But if you don't, then go full blast when it comes to the damage dealing stats such as attack speed, critical hit rate, and critical damage. So currently you can see here I have some critical hit rate. That's good. It's in percent. Attack also. HP, okay. I think that can go with her passive, the dragon scale, because what happens is, I'm just going to check because I cannot remember everything here. Dragon scale grants a barrier equal to 20% of own max health. So there you go. And then there's effect resist. So this is not really that good. I guess you can go for critical damage. So I guess this is already a 3/4 for me. And then there's this gloves. For the main stat, you can see it's defense in whole number. So that's already a big no-no. I won't really choose this one. You can go for critical hit rate or critical damage for the main stats. And again, I think before I just chose this because the substats over here you can see are critical hit rate, attack, critical damage, and HP. But attack is in whole number or flat number, so we can really look for something else since the main stat is already in defense, and that's a huge no-no when it comes to damage dealing heroes. Another one is this one. Well, again, my disclaimer, since I'm not using her, this is just random. You don't really have to copy this because this is totally wrong. For her main stat, you can see here it's in HP percent. It should be effect hit if you want to make use of her debuffing skill. But if you have enough debuffing skill, if you have enough effect hit from your substats, you can go for attack in this one. Again, for the substats, you can see HP, attack, effect hit, critical hit rate. So attack is in whole number and so is HP. So we can replace this one with something better. When it comes to boots, it's HP. It should be in speed for her to be speedy. And for the substats, the first two is good, but the last two is not. One is in defense in whole number and the other one is in percent. But she doesn't really need that because we really want to make use of her attacks. And especially, remember her passive, she attacks with an advantage. So we really want to make her powerful. This goes also for the armor and the helmet. Well, the main stat here is fixed. Again, when it comes to weapons, helmets, and armors, the main stat is always fixed in whole number or flat number. This is where we can play around with the stats or main stat when it comes to the gloves, accessories, and the boots. And always remember, percentage is always good compared to flat numbers. So that's how we gear up Magi. Again, for the gear sets, you can either choose from breaker set, critical set, destruction set. Dash set will also do good. Retaliation, not that really. And also go for sniper set as well if you want to make use of her effect hit. or debuffing skill. And since she is under Wasted Red, it's good if you're going to max out your signature force under Wasted Red, and you really need a lot of copies when it comes to Garf. And now since they also released the second general, which is Honok, you can also use this here. It's either Garf or Honok. Currently, I'm working on the stage 3. I still have a long way to go, but hopefully this year I'll be able to finish this. And remember what I've told you yesterday, I have my nation recruit tickets over here. I already have around 150, and that's enough for me to do a guaranteed pull. This one, if I reach 150. But still, I'm waiting for Wasted Red's turn, and it could be because I don't want to use 100 cess just to change the nation today. So I think I need to wait about one more week or so until Wasted Red Nation comes for the Nation Recruit banner. So currently we have Vagabond over there, which is Schmid. So again, we need to raise her using Signature Force. And aside from that, let's not forget the Unleash Potential, because from the words itself, we are able to further unleash a character's potential with that, which is
I
this
am the
one.
King's Guard. You won't defeat.
There's this
No more
hexagon
naughty
icon
kids?
just in the middle, just above the birthday cake, and you can see I was already able to add this before. I haven't noticed this. I was able to add some and just stop because currently I'm working on Bloody Phantom.
Special day.
And aside from that, since she is an attack type hero, you might want to get Blue Fate Core Sabrina, because Blue Fate Core Sabrina gives buffs to attack type heroes. And since she is from Wasted Red, you can also go for Blue Fate Core Baraka, because Blue Fate Core Baraka gives buffs to heroes under Wasted Red, no matter what element or what attack or type of hero they are. So that's it for today, guys. We discussed about Magi, the possible artifacts and gears that we can equip on her Fate Core, the backstory, and her very, very good looking exclusive equipment, which I really want to get someday, probably if I have 20,000 cess and if I'm using her in my Wasted Red Nation. Therefore, I'm really going to get that. Probably. So, again, that will be all, guys, for today. Please do not forget to subscribe to my Twitch channel and also for my YouTube channel as well, where you can see all of my other Exos Heroes content and other games as well. And if you have any questions, just do drop a comment and I'm going to respond to it as soon as I can. This is Bear Gaming. Have a great weekend, everyone.